What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good afternoon to all my peeps that are out there. This is the Lion Villain Report, where we don't sugarcoat a damn thing. I hope everybody enjoyed their bye week. Taking a little bit of time off. Taking a little bit of rest and relaxation from talking about football. I'm the 313 villain. My name is Russell Wayne, and I am the UDFA of sports podcasting. The unwanted, the unfiltered, the unapologetic voice of the fan base that bleeds Honolulu blue. Drop your thoughts in the chat on this episode, brought to you by Fanatics.com. That's right. If you're rocking with the 313 and bleed Honolulu blue, then you need to gear up like the real one over at Fanatics, our official merch partner. So here's what you do. You click that link right there, or use that QR code in the description. Hit that pinned comment. Use a special link. Save up to 25% off your order, because every click supports the channel, the page, and lets the world know that Detroit fans do it bigger. They do it better. Villain Squad don't do knockoffs. We do official. We do Fanatics. Get yours. Crossed over 90,000 villains on our Facebook page. We appreciate everybody that supports the page. And right there is where you can get all the stuff right there. If you're a fan of Detroit sports, you can connect with us over on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, wherever you scroll, the villain rolls. And we appreciate anybody, especially the commenting people, the ones that ask questions, the ones that join the conversation. That's right. That's right. And, top reasons to ghost the villain is that, you're sad about your team, and, you can dish out punishment, but you can't take it. That's the top reasons to ghost the villain. So don't be that guy. You don't have to do that.
You've had enough of that shit.
Yeah, we've had enough of that. So I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend of fun. And what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm doing an afternoon show today, just because, more or less, because Dan Campbell decided to do his press conference a little bit later, and that's kind of where I wanted to go right off the bat, just because you got more information. We got more information. It's been a bye week. There's no new info, coming from last week or whatever. And, we want to get the information from the man himself, Dan Campbell. But I did want to, as you can see right there, I got a picture of Malcolm Rodriguez, who is coming back. He's going to be coming back. They activated him off of the PUP list, and he is now going to start practicing. Now, I don't think that he's going to play this week, and I hope that you're not too upset about that, but we seem to like to take all of the time that we can take when it comes to the 21-day window, because the rumor on the street is that they're planning on Malcolm Rodriguez coming back for the Philadelphia game, which is in a few weeks. So it just seems to me, because this is a trend that has been, that they like to activate the person from the roster, or off the onto the roster, and then they work him in. They want to get this person into football shape, let him practice for a couple of weeks, and the other guys have earned the spot. The linebackers have been playing fine, so that is what it is. And I just started talking without saying hello to anybody. I don't know if anybody's in there yet. Yes, we got the Trim Reaper in the house.
You just made the list.
Let's get in there. And right there, if you want to subscribe to the YouTube page, it's at Lions Villain Squad. We just crossed over 1,000. I just started building that thing up on a serious note. This off season, we were just pretty much on. We've had the YouTube page, but we haven't really been doing much with it for the first 2 years. So we started taking it serious. And we appreciate everybody that moved over. We got over 91,000 people on the Facebook page, and we really are blown away by that. The Villain is ecstatic. I am incredibly grateful to everybody that supports the page and the way that, we like to talk about football. So, there's those comments. There, put them up there. Put them up there. Central Scrutinizers in the house.
You like that? You like that?
We got Harold up in the house.
You like that? You like that?
So I appreciate it. And Scotty Reno. Happy birthday, brother.
You like that? You like that?
It's nice to see. And I mean, sometimes I wonder what's better is for me to do the show in the morning or in the afternoon. Now, in the morning definitely works on my busy schedule. But I don't mind doing an afternoon show every once in a while. It's been a rough week for the Villain. As some of you know that I have an autistic son. And just a little bit of my personal, I'm not very happy with the schooling systems because the schooling systems decided to suspend my son for being autistic. And all of the things that have to do with autism are the reasons that they were having problems with him, and they're not doing a very good job with him. I'm a little besides myself, and I'm so glad that I have an awesome wife that handles this stuff with a little bit more poise, because I want to go in there and tell somebody off. You guys, if you know me, then you know what I want to do. Like Scotty Reno, I know that you know me. And when somebody's doing something that is like acting a fool, I want to, and anybody that knows my son knows that he's the sweetest little boy. And none of the stuff that he does is malicious. And you want to suspend my son in Flint because he's running around a room and he's hard to handle? I'm sorry, but that's what you signed up for when you put special needs kids into your classroom. And if you can't handle that, that's fine. I just need to get him to a place where the teachers care about his development and not the status quo. So I appreciate prayers for wisdom because I need all the wisdom that I can get. I get all my wisdom from the Lord because none of it comes from me. I'm not a wise person at all. So anything wise I've ever done in my life, I have to give credit to the Lord. I thank the Lord for these opportunities that I get to grow in my own wisdom and trying to figure things out. Yeah, thank you, Harold. I appreciate that. But getting back to the football thing, because you know what? I'm a professional. I'm not going to sit up here and complain about that. We will figure that out. And I know that your thoughts and your energy towards that point will help. That will help for sure. But I wanted to get into, I want Dan Campbell to do the talking. And honestly, this is kind of cool because I did not listen to this. I did not prep to listen to this. I don't know what I'm going to say about this. And I like that. I like that.
You like that?
Because I can react to it and watch it for the first time with you guys, unless you guys already checked it out as it was live, but it was only an hour and a half ago that it came out. So starting with Dan Campbell, let's see what Dan Campbell has to say about the after the bye week, post bye week talk from Dan Campbell. Here you go.
Things that we feel like we can use moving forward, just improve a little bit in some areas. And I really believe we hadn't played our best ball yet collectively, in all three phases. And that's really what we're trying to get to here, man, is, how can we sharpen ourselves? We know it's going to take every phase, every game's different, and one unit may have to pick up the slack, but, man, we need to start playing complete ball across the board. And and just keep improving, right? Like with all these teams that we're in the race with right now. So that's where we're at. Obviously, we got Minnesota coming in. We'll hit more on that tomorrow, but really good opponent. Obviously know them, they know us, and so it'll be a big one for us. Questions?
You've had these different midseason revelations over the years as you've maybe taken a look at your practice film or your game film and wanting to get maybe a guy more involved than you've had previously. And I'm just wondering if, as you kind of were evaluating the roster here, is there anybody that stood out that you feel like maybe you haven't utilized or is coming on strong here in the second half?
Yeah, there's some things that I feel like we can do a better job with. I'm not going to highlight who those are, but there's certainly some guys. It's like, man, how do we set them up to have success, to help us, their production in certain areas, just to really use what they have. That's one. The other thing, I told the guys this morning, I look at, man, just production versus negatives, and because that's big too, and vice versa. Sometimes you have guys that, you may think that there's a lot of production, but yet, man, there's a lot more negatives that could outweigh those. Those are little things that I looked at across the board, and vice versa. It's like this guy does nothing wrong, but yet there's no production. So you want to verify some things. You want to make sure you see things properly. And so that's what a lot of it is. But there's some guys that, man, certainly we can help them, and by helping them, they're going to help us tremendously.
Aaron got his first win over the weekend.
Yeah.
Ben's doing some pretty good things in Chicago. I just wondering how closely you followed both of them this year and what you think it might mean for anybody else on your staff that, in the future gets a chance to be a head coach.
Well, I don't know what that means for that, but I did watch. I didn't watch the whole game. I just saw. I watched the score. I saw the end of it. I'm keeping up with AG. I'll text back and forth with him. I'm a huge fan, obviously, and so it was good to see. I know that was tough, man. You're down a couple of scores, and they rallied back, hung in there, and found a way to win. And it's just to get that first one, it's a good feeling. So happy for all those guys.
Okay. There's a good place to come in and chime in a little bit right there. So AG gets his first win of the season. So I wanted to throw that out to you, which is, what do you think about that? I mean, are you guys rooting for AG? I mean, it seems like everybody has an attitude with Ben Johnson. Okay, I get it too. I do too. I mean, you went to the rival, but I guess, you take whatever opportunities. But it seems like the people kind of give Aaron a pass. Like, more people like the fact, that Aaron's over there in New York and he can be successful over there. We don't mind Aaron did, but Ben, that damn Ben Johnson, what Ben Johnson doing? How dare you, Ben Johnson? Oh, we like Aaron Glenn. That seems to be what the pulse of the fan base is. Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, I like that. That's a great call right there. Central Scrutinizer, you got the right idea. Happy for both of them getting the opportunity. Because the thing is like, we would be dumb. Really just, Ben, how dare you leave us and go better yourself by taking a head coaching job? There's 32 jobs out there and only 32 jobs that are head coaching jobs available, and you got offered one. How dare you take that job? I mean, there's a lot of, he's one of 64 jobs. He was one of 64 jobs, and he had an opportunity to be one of 32 jobs. Now, could he have taken, you could have had the food and beverage job. Now, could have Ben Johnson taken a different path that didn't put him in direct with us, playing us twice a year? Yes, he could have. He could have pretty much taken any job that he wanted out of all those jobs. And I get why he did it. That's the other thing, too, is like that. I'm not mad at Ben. I think that he wanted some of that smoke. I think he's a competitive dude. He's probably in the meeting rooms going, I coach better than Dan. He's thinking in this, I can do this. I could do this. I know I can do this. And I think the main reason that he took the job is Caleb Williams. I mean, here you go. You get a young quarterback that's got a whole bunch of talent. And you feel like you can teach him. And you feel like that you can teach him your ways and develop your guy. He could spend his whole career there with Caleb Williams, and it would look good. Kid's got talent. I mean, if they can get on the same page, but look out. He's got the Mahomes escapability thing. It's a little scrappy dude in Caleb Williams. I don't mean scrappy dude. That's the wrong word, because that would assume that, like, he doesn't seem like a tough dude. He just seems like just a slippery dude. He's real slippery. And he starts working that into, and you know Ben Johnson can do the scheming. But, yeah, what did you think of that? What did you think of AG getting his first win? You leave an attaboy in the comments, or you can say, I don't care in the comments. Either way. But let's get back into Dan. I just wanted to comment on AG. I'm happy for AG. And I'm a little bitter about Ben. That's where I'm at with it. But here's some more Dan.
Any bearing in the future, maybe, on guys? I mean, if somebody had well from the program.
I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming it's not going to hurt, right? The more wins you can, the more it could help those things. But look, both of those guys just, you go into a new program, and there's a reason why you just got hired, because things weren't going the way that those organizations want them to go to. So it takes a minute. It just does. And you don't know when that'll come, how long it's going to take. And, patience is always going to help.
You were pretty excited going into the bye about the potential of getting some guys back post-bye. Is there anybody that you're thinking maybe could return to action this week, or that you're excited about potentially getting back?
We're getting some guys back to practice, that's the number one thing. We'll take a good look at Arnold. He's going to practice tomorrow, get him worked in, see how he feels, see what it looks like. He feels good. He says he feels good. And he has been kind of running around a little bit, but we'll be padded up tomorrow, and so we'll get a really good look at him. We started Thomas's clock, so he'll be running around out there, and I think we're going to start Rodriguez tomorrow. We'll start his clock. So those are all pretty good things right now with where we're at.
Dan, in your sort of 10,000-foot view, how much of the self-scout this past week was offense, and how much room do you think there is to get better, and maybe what are some of the areas?
Yeah, well, I think for me, most of it was offense, not all of it. I looked at teams, I looked at defense, and certainly I had Shep and Fipp look at those too. But a lot of it was offensively too, and things that I know we can get better at. And I really believe you tighten a screw here, you tighten a belt, and all of a sudden this thing is running like a well-oiled machine. So, just a couple of things, that's all. So easily correctable things that we can do better. And I'm talking about coaches and players, myself, all of us. So, but that was part of it.
Harder to deal with at home during a...
That's a Dan thing. Damn, Dan is so damn honorable. I love that. He stands right out in front of the train. That's right. We're accountable. One thing about winning games is, like, I love the fact that the Lions are 5-2. You know, I mean, if we go into the beginning of the season, we were talking with each other and we went in, and if I told you that we were going to be 5-2 at the bye, what would you have said? I mean, I think that we would all like that. I think that we like being at 5-2. And we've really done it without playing, like, the complete game hasn't happened yet. And I think that you could agree with me on that. That they haven't played their best game yet. If it wasn't one of the games, the offense was really, really good and the defense wasn't so good, but they still won the game. And then you have another one where, or the last couple, where the defense has been really, really good. And the offense has kind of stunk it up a little bit. And they still won the games. So they're still getting better. So I completely feel where Dan Campbell's coming from right there is there's still levels to it. And you're 5-2. You haven't played your best football yet. And you feel like you're right on the cusp. And the complete game is coming, where everybody's going to do their jobs right. And when they do that, they're a very, very hard team to beat. I don't even know if you can beat this team when they hit and all that stuff is locking in and all the guys are where they need to be. Because then it's just man versus man. Then it's just about player versus player. Instinct is that would mean if you're going to beat the team when they're playing like that, that would mean that the other team would have executed a flawless game as well. And then it just comes down to timing and who gets the ball last. Strategy, manipulating it. So I'm waiting for that complete game. Maybe it'll happen this week versus Minnesota. Who knows? But that's what I got out of that one right there.
Bye week or
It's a question for my wife. She would tell you I'm not. Yeah, I'm saying it's a bye, and I'm not working, but I'm working. So the mind is always there, unfortunately for her. So, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm easy to deal with or not. She handles it well. I know that.
And I'm curious. I think we recognize the talents that Amon-Ra and Jameer are among the best in the league at their positions. What is the balance when you have superstars like that, wanting to feed them weekly, and then I guess maintaining an overall balance to your offense? Because we also know that you have a lot of really great secondary weapons.
Mm-hmm. Well, number one, this is where you always have to, man. What do you got to do to win that game? I'm gonna always start there, and then inside of that, how do we spread this ball around, use those weapons, ask them to do things that they're really, really good at, and a lot of times to really do that and hum the way you want to, you got to convert, man. You got to convert third downs into first downs or fourth downs into first downs, because now you got another 4 plays, 3 to 4 plays, and then so on and so forth. And so, just to this point, I know some of it has been. We are not getting the plays that we normally get because we have not converted like we should on third down. Third down is the most glaring thing right now. We have to be better. I mean, that is it's right there. So those are things that Johnny looked at, myself, and that's been the focus. The big focus for us is, making sure we find a way to convert. And look, and it starts there, but it's also, man, it's one player here, it's one thing here, it's one misstep, it's could be the release, it could be, so it's then that falls in the, oh man, everybody's doing it right, one guy misses on the assignment, and then we go to the next play, and now that guy got it right with the other 9, but another guy missed his, and that hurts, but that's what happened, man. You get in a rhythm, you get in a flow, you do your job, and then pretty soon we're clicking. So nothing to panic over, but there's certainly room to improve.
Bring up the third downs.
Third down. I mean, doesn't that make complete sense? I mean, if you want to think about the fundamental identity of this team, look no further than that 98-yard drive in Baltimore, where, I mean, I think it was like, 110 plays. And, the thing is on long drives like that, when you take 10, 12 minutes off of the clock, that's a killer, man. That means you went to third down a whole bunch if you're taking that type of time off the clock. I mean, yeah, anybody can score. Anybody can just, get that long play, beat somebody deep, those plays are going to happen. But what I'm talking about that's hard, is that long 13-yard drive where, I mean, because everybody has to execute. You gotta convert on a whole bunch of third downs. And those are the killers, man. On both sides of it. You either get off the field on third down or you're extending that play. And when that happens, like, that's why it's so that drive in Baltimore was so crushing. I loved it. It was my favorite drive of the year. Get to third down. You got a chance to get off the field. First down. Oh, okay. Again, take them to first down. Second down. You take them to third down again. Oh, they got it again. And just that over and over and over again. That's the most crushing thing. That's the most defeating thing that a defense can go through. Taking somebody to third down like 5 times on one drive, having 5 times that you could have gotten off the field. That's crushing to a defense. That'll break that will break the spirit of a defense and the fan base. I mean, think about what that is, watching that on the other side. Just watching somebody convert third down after third down after third down. And if they do, that offense can start hitting like that, then it's a well-oiled machine then. But yeah, converting on third down, that's huge.
You did bring up the third downs before the bye as well. Is it down in distance as well? Are you facing longer third downs this year?
No. I really don't feel, I feel like there's a lot of things we've actually missed on third manageable. Man, the mid-range third down. So we're where we want to be to have a shot at converting. It's just we got to get it done, And that it really is collective, man. It's all of us. There's things that we can do to really help our guys. And then it falls on them too. So it's collective, man. It's the whole unit. And I know we talked about that. And so, look, we're just going to keep tweaking it. We're going to keep working it. And hopefully we get better this week. That's the plan. That's why we're putting in the work we're putting in. And then we will when they come back on Thursday. Tomorrow's base, but then we have third down. We'll do good on good again against our defense. And we'll just keep going until we get it improved. We'll find a way here. I'm sorry.
Are some of those third downs skewed, though, by your strategy to kind of go for it on fourth down? I mean, you're using third down to set up the fourth down play?
They can be, but when you don't convert on fourth, then that doesn't help either, And not that it's been one of those, but there are the last 2 weeks, we've just missed on a couple of fourth downs, and normally I don't think of those, like I don't throw those into, yes, you'd be correct, but I don't think of those ones where we're just trying to get manageable. And if you get the first, great. If you don't, now take those aside. We're not good enough right now on third down. That's what I do now.
I was just curious, manageable, is that 3rd and 4 to 6? Is that kind of what
That's how I look at it, yes. 3rd and 4 to 6. Those are manageables.
The Vikings have had a lot of different quarterbacks when you've played them over the last couple of years. I'm just curious, what is the thing that impresses you the most about the way that they're able to kind of make it work no matter who's under center? And then the second part of the question, are you preparing to face a particular quarterback this week?
We'll be, I'm assuming that McCarthy's going to play, but we'll be ready for, whoever they have. I don't foresee things changing that much per quarterback. Certainly if he does play, they're going to want to calm it down for him, ask him to do things that he does well, help him out there, try to establish the run game there, get 18 the ball. all the things that you would think of. But O'Connell does an unbelievable job, and that staff. They always do. It doesn't matter the quarterback. They're going to find a way to take the pressure off the areas they need to and then put it somewhere else and find a way to convert, move the football. You know, it helps the defense. You know, the defense gets takeaways. They're disruptive over there. So yeah, I mean, O'Connell's done a hell of a job. They always do. So to your point, it really doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. They'll be prepared. They'll be ready to come in this game to move the football and score points. That's what we're going to be dealing with weapons too. They've got weapons. So.
Yeah, just going into really training camp, one of the biggest questions was the interior offensive line, those three guys. Just kind of curious, with a month and a half to reflect on tape, where do you think they are at and how far, I guess, do they need to go?
They have improved. You know, Graham has been steady in there in the middle, and both of our guards have improved. I mean, there is clear and noticeable improvement. There's a lot to go. And they know that. There's so much room to get better, and I expect them to take another step. They're going to need to take another step. They know that, and because when that happens, and collectively we'll all get better, and that whole unit will get better. But man, they from where we came from Green Bay, they have taken noticeable jumps. So I like where they're trending. We got to keep going. Okay.
Damn, I love my coach. I love my coach. I mean, that offensive line, yeah, we don't have Frank Ragnow anymore. I saw that on their Central Scrutinizer. The Ragnow retirement and Decker being out has a lot to do with it. Absolutely. It does. But the thing is like that next man up mentality is the way they got to thrive. I mean, Nick Whiteside didn't hear any of that. It's like the next man's got to be in there to do the job. And they've done a good job. I mean, you have those moments. Like you go watch some of the blocking on some of the really great plays that they've had. It's like you can see it. You can see that young core is going to be something. I mean, when it's good. I mean, I love some of those combo blocks that Ratledge has had with Penei Sewell, opening up some holes, and then watching Sewell can run down the field. Damn, it seems like he's almost as fast as Gibbs. It's insane. Love having Penei Sewell. Love having Penei Sewell. And that's going to be huge. And I'm not overlooking the Vikings. I'm not overlooking the Vikings, and neither are the Lions. You know, you go out into the Vegas and you look. I mean, I don't know where the point spread is. It was 8.5 the last time that I checked or cared. I mean, I know that stuff changes, but they expect the Lions to win. You're coming into Ford Field. I mean, Carson Wentz ain't it. This defense seems like it's poised to be pretty damn good. Anybody watch that Packers game last night? You know, y'all did. I watched it. I rooted against them. I was a Packer hater. I didn't want Pittsburgh to win. I just wanted Green Bay to lose. That's what I was at. But that's a good team. That's a good team. We've gotten better since the first week. There's no doubt about it. But those Packers look really good. It's going to be a tough road to hoe. But it's like, but we own our own destiny. You know, Green Bay can be happy there. Oh, we're in first place in week 8. Look at us. We're in first place on week 8. It's wonderful. Congratulations. You still have to play us on Thanksgiving. So we still control our own destiny, is what I'm saying. The Lions have gotten better. I know that you've gotten better too, Green Bay. But we've gotten better. I know exactly what you're talking about, Central Scrutinizer. If Sewell would have connected on that block, talk about getting dump trucked. Yeah, and then Jameer would have just ran in right there. Oh my God. I wanted to see it so bad. It would have been like watching a full-grown man out on a 7th grade football field. Going out there and just destroying a little man. I mean, he was cooking. I mean, he was probably running. I mean, he was keeping up with Gibbs. It's crazy. Sewell is so crazy athletic. It's unreal. So, no, we haven't hit the potential on this offense yet. But I do have some stuff for you guys. And if you follow the page, you probably already looked at this, but I had somebody that told me that my baby Ric Flair looked more like Dusty Rhodes. And I was thinking, man, I should just make a Dusty Rhodes because a baby Dusty Rhodes talking some trash for us would be really, really good. So here you go. We'll see what baby Dusty has to say about these Minnesota Vikings.
Let me tell you something, Daddy. The Minnesota Vikings can trot out Carson Wentz. They can trot out young J.J. McCarthy. They can trot out Joe Montana's ghost if they want to, but it ain't gonna matter, baby. Because when that Honolulu Blue freight train gets rolling, they ain't no stopping it, if you will. Justin Jefferson, the shiny diamond of Minnesota, about to get clamped down again by my man Amik Robertson. The man don't just talk that talk, Daddy. He walks it, struts it, and styles it with that swagger from the Motor City. And Jared Goff, oh, he's got full ownership, baby. Full ownership of that Brian Flores defense. He's playing chess while they're out there still learning checkers, if you know what I'm saying. The Detroit Lions are rolling like a Cadillac with chrome wheels and a championship engine. And Daddy, the road to the NFC North runs straight through Motown.
Damn. Dusty, baby Dusty, has something to say about it. Oh, man. Yeah. From eating pork and beans to dining with kings and queens, baby. That's right. They are American dream. Dusty Rhodes knows exactly how to get down. He can get down. Yeah, I love my babies right there. Baby trash talk. You can expect one of those every week. I got to make one. I think I found one of my niches because, you know, I'm the villain and I got to do villainous type of stuff. And I love professional wrestling. In any way that I can incorporate some professional wrestling.
Acknowledge me.
I like to be able to do that. Yeah. I wonder if Frank the Tank will unretire and shock the world. I don't see that happening. But that would be amazing. Because I would love to have, you know, Glasgow in that reserve role of Frank the Tank in between two beastly young guards. That would be amazing. Maybe that's the plan. I'll just unretire. They've been saving up that cap money. He'd just be like, I'll just unretire. You know, get full therapy on this toe. I'll come back near the playoffs. I feel you. I feel you on that. Am I painting that picture? Yeah. Frank the Tank out there catching some fish, out there enjoying himself some life, but yet staying in shape. Like, you don't want to go through the training camp. You know, you don't want to go through a 17-week season, but you are Frank the Tank. And if you came back like week 13 for the playoff push, is that the dream? Is that the dream, Central Scrutinizer? I like what you're laying down, man. That's the dream. The American dream. Thus the roads from eating pork and beans to dining with kings and queens. Baby. The American dream. But, you know, that's not the only wrestling one that I had. I know my buddy Scotty Reno can appreciate this next one right here. And I know somebody had told me on one of these broadcasts was saying that Penei Sewell might join the bloodline. And I was just thinking, you know, the Samoan, I'm thinking how possible that could be. And he might just need a little recruitment. And I think it's happened. So we'll have to see what Baby Solo says about this.
Hey, yo, Penei, I've been watching you, Oos. You out there in them trenches, bulldozing grown men every Sunday like it's personal. I respect that, bro. But all this NFL nonsense, all this Lions grind, it's time to come home, big dog. It's time to bring the family back together. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief himself, he sees what you're doing, and he respects it. But he also knows what's missing, Penei. You. The bloodline ain't complete without you, Oos. You bring that power, that mauling spirit, that island pride. Imagine it. The Samoan Wall reunited. Forget blocking edge rushers, bro. Let's start blocking out the whole world together. Leave this NFL crap and come back to the bloodline. Make everything right again. Do it for the family.
Oh, man. We got to watch that. We got to watch that, man. I could imagine. Penei Sewell in the bloodline.
Acknowledgement.
You could get Solo to come back into that fact. I mean, you're talking about an unstoppable faction. So, Penei, just so you know, there is life after football for you. I'm telling you. When you retire, you could go and have another 10-year career in the WWE and join the bloodline with Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa and Fatu. All gas, no brakes. Yeah, it's the Lions Villain Report. My name is Russell Wayne. Hope everybody's enjoyed the show so far. We got a chance to go over all of the Dan Campbell press conference, and we are officially in a football week, and that feels pretty cool. And how about them Pistons? They look pretty good. Red Wings look pretty good. So we might even have some more stuff to be able to talk to, or talk about. Sorry to the Minnesota Vikings. They drop another one. And the Bears couldn't beat Huntley in dropped to 4-3. But, you know, keep it going. We want you tough. Get yourself real tough. Ooh, yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage, yeah, dig it, 313 Villain Squad, yeah, we're talking about the UDFA of sports podcasting, yeah, the Macho Man likes that. Ooh, yeah, the Macho Man's thinking about climbing to the top of Ford Field, dropping the Macho Man elbow right in the heart of J.J. McCarthy, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Dig it. This show is brought to you by Fanatics.com. If you're rocking with the 313 and you bleed that Honolulu blue, you should gear up like the real one. Grab that link. Just so you know, you use that link, you're not going to go get it cheaper somewhere else. This is Fanatics, what Fanatics sells it for. They allow us these links. But every link supports this channel. And I'm the UDFA. I don't got no corporate sponsors, no big people. This is just affiliates. You know, so if you use that link, you're supporting the local guy. You know, I'm not sponsored by ESPN or any of the big wigs. I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan with a microphone. And I enjoy talking sports. I enjoy having this platform in order to talk sports and be associated with some great people like you, the ones that are listening right now. So if you use that link, just know that you're supporting the channel, and we appreciate that. So, and if you just want to do something simple, well, you can connect with us. You can connect with me on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you scroll, the villain rolls. If you're a fan of Detroit sports, then why not having another friend that is a fan of Detroit sports? So that's the easiest way that you can help the channel. So, but my name is Russell Wayne. I am the villain. I appreciate everybody who is listening out there, and that's going to be the end of the show. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord shine his face upon you until we meet again in Jesus' name. Amen. God bless you guys. See you in the next one.
Let me tell you something, brother. Everybody want to crown the Packers like they're the kings of the North. But baby Ric Flair here to remind you, there's only one champion in this division.